Why did I slap my thighs like that? Jeez. Hello, all you beautiful people. It's your girl. Why did I slap my thighs like that? Jeez. Hello, all you beautiful people. It's your girl Asia, the MUA, back with another video. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you are new here, this is your first time seeing my face, welcome. If, however, you are not new here, this is not your first time seeing my face, you already know what time it is. Hey, A-lister, how you doing? I know it's been a minute since I uploaded, and my last video was an absolute flop, but I had to push that content out because I promised it to the brand. Anyway, I'm here with a real video. I got a bunch of new products from Sheglam and they are banging, okay? And I want to talk to you guys about something. I wanted to end Black Music Month out with something that I wanted to leave on your mind. I don't want this idea to fall by the wayside for the rest of the year, because I feel like at this point it's kind of becoming an emergency. We could come to a point where Aaliyah Dana Haughton, aka Baby Girl, is forgotten, and that's a very sad thought. That's a really sad concept to roll over in your brain if you think about it. Aaliyah is iconic. Her music is legendary. It lives on, and I feel like a lot of these young kids don't even know who she is. What? And why do you guys think that is? Why do you guys think it's so difficult for Aaliyah's legacy to live on and thrive in this day and age? I'll tell you one huge reason: we can't stream her music. That's what I want to talk about in this video. So if you want to see how I pulled this bomb ass look together with all these great products that I got from Sheglam, just keep watching. But before we get into that, I do want to announce that YouTube has invited me to their partner program. I'm so excited. I've been working so long on this channel, and to finally be invited to the partner program is just amazing for me. While I am a member of the partner program, I do not have any sponsors. If I did have some sponsors, this is where the ad read would go. Okay, Raycon, NordVPN, Skillshare, HelloFresh, who else? Wondershare, Filmora, Squarespace, the wine people. I love wine. I will promote the hell out of some wine. Whatever, whoever. This is a cool little channel, and I feel like it would be great if I could get a sponsor. I won't charge that much. How much can I actually charge you? But it would be wonderful to have the support of a sponsor behind this channel. I also feel like it would legitimize the channel and make more sponsors want to come, which would bring in more viewership, which would bring in more exposure for your brand. Don't sleep on the small content creators, because we work just as hard and produce content that is of a high quality also. This is where I would be telling my community about how wonderful your products and your brand is. So, you know, get at me. Now that that's done, let's get into this look. I am going to start off with Taza from the Saharan 2 palette. I want to start off this video just by telling people who Aaliyah is / was, because there are so many people who literally don't know who Aaliyah is, as hard as that is to believe. I'm going into this Petal Power palette by Sheglam. I just love the color story of this palette, and I feel like it's going to give me what I need for this look that I'm trying to accomplish today. I'm going to go into Orange You Glad. I feel like it'll be really nice to transition into the Taza from the Saharan 2 palette, and I'm just going to lightly buff the edges of Taza out with Orange You Glad. Sorry guys, my phone is ringing. Aaliyah Dana Haughton was born on January 16th, 1979. She was born in Brooklyn and she was raised in Detroit. At the age of 12 years old, she was signed to Black Round Records, which was run by her uncle Barry Hankerson, who had previously been married to Gladys Knight. This was something super interesting that I found out while researching this video. Barry Hankerson is Gladys Knight's ex-husband. That's where the connection between Aaliyah and Gladys Knight kind of came from. I think when Aaliyah came out, it was like said that she was Gladys Knight's goddaughter or something like that. It just seems like Barry Hankerson was hanging around Detroit and he was around all these music people and he thought he was gonna be the next Berry Gordy, so he started a record label, and then when his niece turned 12 years old, he signed her to his record label. I literally have written in my notes, her weird ass uncle introduced her to a one Robert Kelly, who then became her mentor and the lead songwriter and producer for her debut album called AJ Number to Number. AJ Number to Number went on to garner widespread success. The album sold 3 million copies and was certified double platinum. So Aaliyah's debut album was nothing to sneeze at, okay? Like, Aaliyah came out of the gate swinging, and we all know it. We all saw it, okay? But we all know what was going on at that time. We'll get into that later. Aaliyah's second solo album, 1 in a Million, went on to be even more successful than her debut album, selling 3 million copies. Around the time of her second album, she starred in the film Romeo Must Die. She killed it, and that was her debut that was her acting debut. Say what you want about the movie, but Aaliyah was bomb in that movie. That was like the perfect role for her to break into the acting arena, okay? That movie spawned the Billboard hit Try Again. And the thing about Try Again was it made it to the top of the Billboard charts on airplay alone before the video was even released. The fire ass video was even released, making Aaliyah the first artist to ever do so. Not the first woman artist, not the first black artist, but the first artist to top the Billboard charts on airplay alone. Before her tragic death in August of 2001, Aaliyah had completed filming her role in Queen of the Damned and had finished recording her third album, which was self-titled, and also went on to top the billboards. So I said all that to say, you know, just for the people who may not know who Aaliyah is, put some respect on baby girl name, okay? Aaliyah was a fashion icon. She was a musical icon. She was a moment in our culture that I feel like might get lost and forgotten. I'm really looking for like the peaches, because one of my favorite things about Aaliyah's makeup looks were her soft peachy glam vibes, and I feel like that's a style of makeup that I really gravitate toward even to this day. I'm gonna go back into the Petal Power palette and take Melon Dramatic. I love the names of the palettes, Sheglam. I really am a stickler for well thought out launches and well thought out products that actually work and are easy on your pocket. So if that's your type of thing, make sure you check out Sheglam. If there is a discount code, I will leave it in the description or linked below. So let's circle back to AJ Number to Number. We all know what was going on. I feel like we all think we know what was going on, but we probably have no idea. I feel like that whole situation was probably way darker than we'll ever know. And it's really sad that every time you mention her, you have to mention this situation. So in January of 1995, we all know Vibe published the alleged marriage license between R. Kelly and Aaliyah. That pretty much brought all the rumors, all the speculation, all the hearsay, all the bullshit to the surface. Now we're like, whoa, he really did marry that 15-year-old girl. And for Barry Hankerson to have been the person to introduce them, it just seems like it was the start of a pattern that R. Kelly continued for years, and it's really fucking disgusting. Editing me, I just want to point out that Barry Hankerson was managing R. Kelly at this time, and it has been speculated that he knew of the inappropriate relationship between his niece and R. Kelly, and he even knew about the marriage. It is alleged that Aaliyah was pregnant and there was an abortion, and it's just so much stuff, and I think the story is so much darker than we could even imagine, because that motherfucker is a monster. I feel like later on in her career, she became so closed off and so private because of all the backlash from that situation, all the drama that came with that situation. And she continued to be a very private person right up until her untimely tragic death. I'm gonna go in with this Sheglam eyeliner and see if I can get something done with it. Sheglam, if you want to send me something else, send me some more of these eyeliners. If you want some constructive criticism, this eyeliner is bomb, but it runs out too damn fast. So I remember vividly R. Kelly and Aaliyah doing this interview on BET. I want to say it was Video Soul. Big Les was doing the interview, and she was asking them like, okay, like what's going on with y'all, because the streets are talking and we want to know what's up. I remember so much mystery around Aaliyah's age. Like, she was shrouded in mystery from the beginning of her career. Nobody wanted to talk about how old she actually was, because everybody saw this low key, like slightly inappropriate, make you feel a little uncomfortable relationship with R. Kelly. He's doing this interview and Big Les is like, okay, what's up? And he's describing meeting Aaliyah, being introduced to her by her uncle, who was his then manager. And he's all like, oh, when I went to Detroit to see her, I didn't even have to see her sing because she was just glowing. Sir, that is a 15-year-old child. What do you mean she was glowing? Who the hell started that rumor that Aaliyah had a lazy eye? I remember that was one of the things that was said about her. No, I think she did end up confirming that she did not, in fact, have a lazy eye. But that's just one of the weird things that was said about her, because there was so much mystery surrounding Aaliyah, okay? So, like I said, she went on to become a very, very private person in her career, in her personal life, all that type of stuff. So we don't have a lot of Aaliyah footage. One thing I remember is the access granted that BET did for Rock the Boat. That is forever seared into my mind, because I feel like she was at her peak, and for that to be the last time we saw her, it's so tragic. It's so tragic, and I miss her. The main reason that I feel like Aaliyah's legacy is literally on life support right now is because not only do we not have a lot of content surrounding Aaliyah, we can't watch her videos and we can't stream her music. I was having this discussion with someone and they were like, well, what about YouTube? You can access her music on YouTube all day long. But like, why can't I just go to Apple Music and pull up Aaliyah? Why can't I just go to Spotify and pull up Aaliyah? It's really crazy. But the reason for that is because weird ass Barry Hankerson is the person that owned most of Aaliyah's publishing at the time of her death. Right? So, in case you don't know, Black Round Records is now defunct. Like, he ended up losing this company and the record label went under. And there's a lot of other shady stuff involving Barry Hankerson and Black Round Records. He was responsible for a lot of really hard times in a lot of people's careers. He managed Tank, he managed Tony Braxton, he managed JoJo. Oh my God, JoJo went through 10 years of trying to get her shit back from Barry Hankerson. I feel like the record label was going under, and since he owned Aaliyah's publishing, he ended up selling bits and pieces of it off to the highest bidder. I'm using my fast response eye cream. Baby, I do not do makeup without it, okay? Because you see these bags under my eyes. They are Prada, but they are bags under my eyes. So something I'm super excited about trying today is this birthday skin primer from Sheglam. Like, Sheglam is coming with it, okay? This is like beautiful, vanity-worthy packaging. Oh, this is nice. It comes with a little spatula. What did I do with it? It comes with a little spatula. It's supposed to give you smooth, poreless, baby-like skin. It feels kind of like the e.l.f. primer putty, but it's a little bit looser in consistency. Oh, and texture. Oh, we got some smooth pores going on. Yeah, that reminds me a lot of the e.l.f. primer putty, but I absolutely love the e.l.f. primer putty, and I feel like I'm gonna like this as well. Ooh, it feels so soft and just, ooh. So in 2013, shady ass Barry Hankerson was going through financial troubles with his record label, Black Round. I remember Black Round Records too. I remember it being on the back of all of her albums. I remember it very, very vividly. So in 2013, he was going through financial hardships, and ended up selling the publishing to Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. That is why that is the only Aaliyah album that is available on streaming platforms, because Barry Hankerson sold it, and the media company or the publishing company that he sold it to made it available for streaming. Great for us, but at the same time, it's like the only Aaliyah album that we have access to is the Aaliyah album that's completely shrouded in the R. Kelly scandal. I feel like baby girl would be turning over in her grave right now. I have really been into this Sheglam foundation, and you guys can see why. It's really, really nice. It feels so lightweight and it's so breathable. It's like I'm not even wearing a face full of foundation. It is really, really nice. It's the Complexion Pro Long Lasting Breathable Matte Foundation, and I am wearing the shade Caramel. I feel like the color match is good. The texture is good. The formula is good. It wears well. And I'm really curious to see how it performs with the Sheglam primer. I also got a setting powder from Sheglam. It's called the Bake Glow Setting Powder, and I got the shade Light Brown. He pulled her music from shelves, so he made it nearly impossible to purchase physical copies of her albums. We can't really watch Aaliyah videos. You won't see an Aaliyah video playing on MTV Jams or, you know, BET Hits or whatever they got on satellite TV these days. Whatever channels play music videos all the time on satellite cable, you will not see Aaliyah videos on those channels. And it's so sad because Aaliyah videos were fucking iconic. Okay? Name a bad Aaliyah video. Name an Aaliyah video you didn't want to watch front to back. Name an Aaliyah video you didn't get excited as soon as it came on. I'll wait. I feel like the videos, when they are available on YouTube, it's not the best quality. You know, it's just, it's not the same. I don't know how to describe it. It's just not. It just seems like Barry Hankerson is weird and a little greedy and probably just didn't know what he was doing as well as he thought he did. He kept control of her estate and he sold off so many bits and pieces of it. I feel like at this point, it's hard for the family to recollect all those bits and pieces of her publishing that are scattered all over the place, because you can do one thing, but it has to pass through Barry Hankerson first. Or you can do this thing, but this company owns the publishing to this, so you can't do that. And it's just, it seems like it's really confusing all over the place and just literally a hot ass mess. I feel like that's what's taking the family so long to do what they need to do to regain control of the estate from all of the companies that own bits and pieces of it, and to also put Barry Hankerson out of the equation. So I feel like that's what that issue boils down to. It's really unfortunate. It's really sad. And I honestly do not feel like it's what Aaliyah would have wanted. What I do see is the family doing things to try to keep her legacy alive. Really, the people that are keeping this woman's legacy alive is us. It's the fans. It's the people that love her and love her music and have been fans of her for years. What I do want to talk about right now is one venture that they attempted to try to keep baby girl's legacy alive that I feel like just blew up in everybody's faces. Can you guess what I'm talking about? That goddamn MAC collection. A few years ago, MAC collaborated with Aaliyah's brother Rashad, and I believe her makeup artist, who recently in recent years passed away, which was really, really tragic because he was one of the windows to that world for us. He had a lot of personal stories with Aaliyah. He had a lot of content and videos and stuff like that with Aaliyah, and now that he's gone, I feel like a huge chunk of the window that we had to Aaliyah has been closed. Rest in peace to him. I am proud to say, and I will always be proud to say, that I was a full-time permanent MAC artist at the time that this collection launched. I think MAC thought this was going to be the next Selena because they had seen so much success with the Selena launches, but baby, the next Selena wasn't even the next Selena. When pictures for the collection came out, the kids were upset. and I was really like, my heart was into it. I was so excited that we decided to launch this collection at a time where I was employed by the company. And it was a vibe. It was a moment. It wasn't the moment that they built it up to be. It wasn't the moment they were expecting, but it was definitely a moment. The collection was like, the packaging was cute. I get where they were going with the vibe, but the actual products, when it came down to it, were not ideal for Aaliyah's core fan base. And I feel like if they would have kept Aaliyah's core fan base in mind, the collection could have been so much better than what it was. It could have been the epic, iconic collection that they were hoping it was gonna be. That concealer looks really good on my nose. What is this? It is the Sheglam 12-hour full coverage concealer in the shade Walnut. I'm telling y'all, they coming. They coming for it. This is gorgeous packaging. It's got a nice doe foot applicator. Now they reselling the vault on eBay for $395. I think it was $200 at the time that it came out. The entire vault, the entire PR packaging, which was really, really bomb, and I was really disappointed that I didn't get my hands on, is reselling on eBay for $395. The collection came with a 9 eyeshadow palette, 4 lipsticks, 4 lip glosses, 2 lip liners, and that goddamn face powder. So it was, if you are an NC40 or darker, that would not work for you as a bronzer. I remember filming the video for this launch, trying to justify the color of the bronzer, and it was so difficult, and I just felt so dumb brushing this powder on my face that wasn't even showing up on camera. Girl, the collaboration made perfect sense because Aaliyah's makeup was always flawless. That woman was so ahead of her time as far as her makeup and her style was. It's not even funny, okay? But once the products hit and people saw, Aaliyah's fans saw what they were like, why though? This is not what we asked for. This is not what the kids wanted, okay? If I'm not mistaken, we had to sign a damn petition for that collection. And then when they showed us what it was, we was like, that's not what we said we wanted. I feel like if you had the time to get us to sign a petition to get this collection greenlit, you should have had time to ask us what we wanted. Aaliyah fans, Aaliyah stans, you should have had time to ask us what we wanted. And I just feel like had they done that, had they gotten some fan insight, the collection would have done so much better than it did. Because at the time that this collection came out, Soft Glam was on the market. And I held that Aaliyah 9 palette and Soft Glam right next to each other, and baby, they were fraternal twins. The Aaliyah palette looked so much like Soft Glam. I was like, well, I already have Soft Glam, so do I need to buy this Aaliyah palette? Because that wasn't available for us on discount because it was a new collection. I can't remember exactly how it worked. But, girl, I was broke. And I was like, I already have Soft Glam, so do I really need this Aaliyah palette? I was a little interested in the lips until I saw them. I don't think we needed that black lip. I never saw Aaliyah in a black lip. Not once. I never saw Aaliyah in a black lip. I think the nudes in the lip collection could have been expanded a little bit more because there was a nude lipstick. It was very cool. Oh, it was very cool. It was a cool nude. It wasn't the warm nude that Aaliyah was known for. That was my issue with the entire collection. It was too damn cool. And Aaliyah was known for soft, warm, neutral glam. And it's like, who told y'all to do this? I think we could have done without that black lipstick. I think we could have done without that black lip liner. I think we could have done without that black lip gloss. Wasn't nobody wearing that shit. The nudes could have been better. The reds were good. Aaliyah was good for, Aaliyah was good for a red lip, honey. Some of her best. Aaliyah was good for a red lip. Yes, absolutely. I feel like Not only the red lips, there was like an orangey peachy lip gloss that was in this collection that reminded me of that strip she had down her lip in We Need a Resolution. So I thought that was spot on. I thought that was spot on. But give me an orange lipstick, give me a warm neutral lip liner to go with this lip look that would have embodied something that Aaliyah did. It would have captured a moment in Aaliyah history, and we all would have gotten it like that. I can safely say that I do not own one piece of that Aaliyah collection because it was just that unimpressive to me. I didn't feel like it was necessary to spend my money. We didn't get gratis. We didn't get a discount. I didn't feel like I wanted to spend my money on a collection that I had a hard time believing in. It wasn't what it could have been. It was, I get the attempt, I get where it was going, but it wasn't what it could have been. Let's not talk about the face powder. Why couldn't y'all give us 2 more face powders? Why couldn't we have a light to medium, a medium to dark, and a dark to deep face powder? Why couldn't we have that? Why you couldn't give us a palette of face powders? Why you couldn't do that? I know you can do face powder palettes because I've seen you do it. You did it really well for like 2 or 3 holiday seasons, so why you couldn't do it for baby girl? Had it been done better, I think it would have been not only good for Aaliyah fans, but it also would have been great for MAC, because at this time I feel like MAC was really trying to connect with influencers because they sent out those influencer packages, which were really cute, you know, for your vanity. It was really cute to have on your situation, but the products just missed the mark. I was expecting for people to be lined up outside the store like I had always heard of the Selena collection. I wasn't a MAC artist at the time Selena collection launched, but I heard it was epic. I heard it was epic, and I feel like Aaliyah could have been epic if the products would have been a little more well thought through. When those YouTube reviews started coming out, if the products were bomb, I feel like people would have flocked to the stores to get them. It was a really hard launch to push as an artist trying to make sales on the floor. But I still stood by that collection because I'm such an Aaliyah fan and I was so devoted to that brand and I was so excited about the launch. I still stood by them. Yup, I'ma stand beside them. So in conclusion, I just feel like Barry Hankerson really had an eye for talent. That wasn't the issue. I feel like Barry Hankerson had a wonderful eye for talent, but maybe not the mind for business that he necessarily thought he had, because when times change, if you don't adapt, you'll end up with a bankrupt record company. It is just really disheartening because I feel like my generation is the last generation that grew up on Aaliyah's music. And I feel like this discussion needs to be had because when it all boils down to it, Aaliyah is the blueprint for a lot of artists that we still see today. We can still see her influence in fashion. We can still hear her influence in today's music. Did you know that 2 Chainz, A$AP Rocky, and Drake song, Effin' Problems, is an Aaliyah sample? Was that A$AP Rocky? Anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. I feel like because the situation is how it is, it's hard for us to give her her flowers because a lot of these young kids think Rihanna made this style popular, or Beyonce made this style popular, or Tinashe made this style popular, or Billie Eilish just pulled her fashion sense out of thin fucking air, when in fact she did not. I was scrolling through the Aaliyah Instagram page today and her family did release a statement on January 15th. To all our loyal fans, we hear you and we see you. While we share your sentiments and desires to have Aaliyah's music released, we must acknowledge that these matters are not within our control and unfortunately take time. Our inability to share Aaliyah's music and artistry with the world has been as difficult for us as it has been for all of you. Our priority has always been and will continue to be Aaliyah's music. In the meantime, however, we are working diligently to protect what is in our control, Aaliyah's brand, legacy, and intellectual property. In doing so, we will continue to release unique and exciting projects to keep Aaliyah's legacy and light shining. While we understand this may be challenging, we need the support of the fans Aaliyah loves so dearly as we resolve all the issues in freeing her music. Undoubtedly, we understand how frustration can lead to anger and disappointment. However, we ask all of you for your continued support and love as we aim to achieve these goals for all of you and our baby girl. We appreciate you, the estate of Aaliyah. That's why I feel like the problem is money. Barry Hankerson has her catalog scattered in so many different places. These people know how valuable this catalog is. People know how much the fans want this music and know how profitable that shit can be. At the end of the day, Aaliyah is one of our icons. Her music is so timeless. Her legacy is that of kindness, beauty, grace, maturity. The fact that she was taken from us so prematurely, I feel like us not being able to have access to her how we would like is hurtful to us. Like, and when I say us, I mean the fans. If you're not an Aaliyah fan, you shouldn't even be here watching this video for this damn long. But it's frustrating. Just like the post on Instagram said, it's frustrating, and a lot of times when we don't understand what's going on behind the scenes, we do get angry, and we just don't understand why we can't play 1 in a million on Apple Music. I just don't want to see Aaliyah be forgotten. I feel like she deserves better than that, and I just want us to be able to give her her flowers, you know. Could you imagine the TikToks that would be happening if Aaliyah's music was accessible? Could you imagine the brand deals that girl would have had if she were still here? Could you imagine the music? Imagine what the musical landscape would be like if Aaliyah were still alive. It makes me sad to think about it, and I think about it a lot. I just really hope that one day we are able to have access to her music. We are able to watch her videos, and we are able to engage in content that featured her, because it's not a lot out there. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. Like, what do you guys think is going to happen? What do you think it's going to take? Because honestly, I'm tired of going to YouTube trying to listen to Aaliyah's music that I still want to bump to this day. So now we can talk about how this face full of Sheglam products is absolutely sitting. All right, the primer performed beautifully. I've had this makeup on for about an hour or two maybe, and it looks beautiful. Like, I am extremely impressed. Like, Sheglam comes with it. Every round of products that I get sent is better and better. So don't sleep. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I will leave my link tree below in the description box so you guys can contact me on all my socials. You can get to my website. You can shop my merch, all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, stay beautiful.